What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to MemeGC. Now, this week, we've got a really interesting and awesome team for you, featuring none other than Comfey. Now, this is a really weird mod, right? It's got some interesting things that it can do, and we're gonna talk about it in just a second. But before we do, make sure to leave a like on the video, make sure to subscribe if you are new, and make sure to share. Sharing really helps, especially when we're such a small channel, so the YouTube algorithm really isn't a thing. So you sharing this video with your friends, your family, I don't know, show it to your mom, I don't care. Just show it to everybody, and it really helps out. So thank you so much for that. And leave me a comment down below, once you watch this, telling me what you think of Comfey in VGC 2020. I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's got a really interesting niche, and let's go ahead and talk about it. So, Comfey has an ability called Triage. Now, if you don't know what Triage does, it is unique to Comfey, and it allows it to have +3 priority to any healing moves. So, Floral Healing, which is a move it can use to heal its partner, that gets +3 priority, and then Giga Drain also gets +3 priority. Now, how will that help us? Well, we have a Tyranitar with weakness policy, so we can self-proc that weakness policy, which is really good. We also have Thunder Punch, which allows us to stop sleep and things of that nature from things like Amoonguss. We also have Goodra with Sap Sipper, so we can also boost the attack of our own Goodra with the Comfey, and then of course keep healing it in Dynamax. So this team's got some options, right? It's pretty cool. We also got a Rotom Wash, which you don't see a whole lot of. And then Crit Kiss, of course, that's pretty standard. Excadrill and Sand, pretty normal, but yeah, this is a pretty cool team. So if you want to see that team code, it'll be at the very end of the video, like always. And yeah, I will leave a link to the original creator down below in the description. So anyway, that's about it for the analysis. Let's go ahead and jump into game one. All right, game one, and we see, okay. So we see Trick Room, we see Excadrill, we see the Amoonguss, which could be a problem. We see Incineroar, we see, Urshifu is a big threat. Urshifu is a very big threat, which makes Togekiss I think Togekiss is a decent bring here. Yeah, Togekiss is great for everything except for Drill. So, what do we want to lead with here? What do we want to lead with? The Comfey Tyranitar lead, how bad is that? I feel like that's kind of bad. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of bad. T-Tar kind of loses to a lot of this team, to be honest. How well does Goodra do in this match? I don't think Goodra does too bad in this match, actually. So let's go Comfey Goodra. Togekiss is a must bring. And Rotom. Yeah. We'll leave T-Tar, Excadrill, we'll leave them on the bench for this one. Which, you know, it's kind of weird, especially with that being such a strong duo, leaving them on the bench, but I just don't think this is their match. And especially since there's a ton of counterplay to them now. You know, T-Tar is very strong, don't get me wrong, and so is Excadrill, but like, there's a lot of counterplay in the tier right now. So we see Drill and Kiss. Okay. So Togekiss is a problem, right? Because it could have the ability to, it could follow me, so we could see like a follow me Steel Spike here, which could be a problem. Or we could ally switch to have Goodra take the Steel Spike instead. I don't know how much I like that though. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go for the Giga Drain on that. We're gonna max Flare into the Drill. And if follow me happens, follow me happens. I really hope it doesn't. Really hope it doesn't, because that could be bad, but yeah, it's hard to tell because a lot of players right now are, we're maxing Togekiss. Okay, so no follow me. No follow me action, so probably see a Starfall. We are AV though, so that is good. You know, Trick Room was also a viable option here, but I don't know that it was the best option. Because I want to get this, I want to get Goodra set up. I think Goodra could do some work here if we're really careful about our plays. So we're gonna go ahead and boost our attack here with our Sap Sipper. So that's pretty nice. +3 priority on that. Ironhead going to go into our Comfey. We don't have to worry about a flinch or anything, and Babiri will definitely save us. Pop. So yeah, that's good. And we see the Airstream. Okay, yeah, Trick Room would have been... double up into Comfey. Everybody's just terrified of Comfey, man. Comfey's just a big threat. Because it could have set Trick Room there. It very well could have set Trick Room. It can be a big problem. So yeah, I can see why you wanted to take that out first turn. But we're gonna go ahead and Max Flare into the Excadrill. Go ahead and knock it out. It is not Sash. So that is very good news for us. Go ahead and set up the Sunshine, so our next Max Flare will be doing even more, so that is very good for us. And I'm going to go into Rotom here. This is a decent switch in for us. Yeah, especially with Incineroar being what we bring in, so yeah, we are going to get Intimidated back down to neutral. You know, not the best thing in the world, but we did go ahead and Oko Excadrill turn 1, which anytime you just Oko an Excadrill, that's never a bad thing, right? So we're gonna T-Bolt into... I want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of this thing really bad. Incineroar is really not that big of a threat to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and Flare and T-Bolt into the Togekiss. Max Guard seems unlikely. Yeah. So there's the Fake Out and the Starfall. We should live this. It goes into Rotom. So my opponent is kind of trying to play the all my friends are dead kind of game, as far as, you know, leaving Goodra alone and just allowing everything else to go down, which may or may not work out in my opponent's favor. We'll just have to see. The denial of Trick Room is rough, but we're gonna go ahead and get a Max Flare off. This isn't neutral, but it's in the sun. That is not enough damage. It's definitely not enough damage, but we'll go for T-Bolt. And actually, wait. Incineroar is probably clicking Parting Shot here, right? What are you going out into? Urshifu, maybe? If we wanted to predict that, we could go for a Will-O-Wisp, but I'm actually just gonna Protect here. I'm gonna Max Knuckle into this slot. I want to get my attack boost back, but I'm predicting a Parting Shot. No, we just see a Rock Fall. All right. So my opponent wanting to get rid of that, wanting to get rid of the Sun, and we're gonna end up allowing it because we did not go for the Flare. But we're gonna go for Knuckle here. We're gonna get an attack boost. Yeah, definitely not gonna knock out, but an attack boost is an attack boost. We take those, right? We take those. But yeah, Togekiss is definitely a huge issue for us, and Snarl comes out. So Goodra doesn't really mind Snarl because we are physical, so you can drop our special attack all you want. I don't really mind that at all. Okay. So we do now know that Incineroar is the slowest thing on the field. So that's good to know. And Togekiss is the fastest. So what we will do here is we're gonna T-Bolt into this and also Fire Punch into it. Yeah, we're gonna double up into that Togekiss. If he wants to protect, he can protect. It's pretty obvious, but all right, Dazzling Gleam. It is gonna take out the Rotom. Now, does +1 Fire Punch kill at 35, 40? Probably not. Or it does. Okay, nice. Okay, getting rid of that is great. Incineroar Burning Jealousy, so we're not boosting any stats right now, so that's actually gonna do about 2. That's gonna do about 2 damage. So yeah, leaving Incineroar alone is fine. It doesn't really do all that much to me, and Togekiss isn't really bothered by it either. So it just depends on what the last one is, as it is Urshifu. It's water Urshifu, so it is not dark, which is fine. You know, dark would have been nice, but I think this will be okay. We're definitely slower. We could Dazzling Gleam here for damage on both. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. And I'm actually gonna Power, yeah, I'm gonna Power Whip into this. May not be necessary. We could have probably gone for Outrage right there. Surging Strikes, that's gonna come out. It's gonna do a ton of damage, just gonna tell you. Not gonna be a kill though. Yeah, this thing hits like a truck, man. You can't sleep on it. You never can sleep on Urshifu. But it's not gonna be enough. So we're gonna get a Dazzling off here. Big damage. And if we can get rid of, it has the berry. Not the best in the world, but I think we can handle it. And then we're gonna get the Power Whip off. We are gonna hit, which is a good thing, and knock out this Urshifu. So that is huge. That is huge. And Incineroar, what do you go for? Snarl? That's fine. Yeah, Incineroar's just kind of a sitting duck here. So, I mean, you saw my opponent trying to play with a concept that's just called "all my friends are dead" syndrome, and it's killing all of, you know, everything except for that one thing. And so he was leaving my Goodra alone and knocking out the Comfey and then knocking out the Rotom. But then, like, Goodra ended up being super clutch. So yeah, we're gonna single target Dazzling Gleam, and we'll go ahead and go for super power here. And Goodra ended up being absolutely clutch, and our opponent does forfeit. So GG in game 1. Leaving Goodra alone probably wasn't the best play, but at the same time, having Urshifu in the back like what we predicted was great for not bringing the Tyranitar or the Excadrill. So that's really nice. So I'll see you in game 2. All right, match number 2, as we see Berserker. All right, Berserker is definitely a cool tech to see, as well as Reuniclus. So Reuniclus is looking like Trick Room and Expanding Force, which is a thing that we need to be aware of. Again, T-Tar's still a rough matchup here. What do we have on this? Rock Slide, Protect, Thunder Punch, Crunch. So like, Berserker just kind of runs through that. Is this another Goodra game? I feel like it is. I feel like it's just another Goodra game. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do with that. So then in the back. What does Drill have? We may just bring Drill without the Iron Head, Rock Slide, High Horsepower, Protect. I kind of like Excadrill, just doesn't need Tyranitar. We outspeed everything on this team anyway. This team is really, really slow, so we don't need the speed for anything. And then last, Togekiss. Well, Rotom. Yeah, let's go Rotom. Rotom could allow us to burn the Rhyperior or the Berserker, which could be nice in the late game as far as shutting those down, especially if they are weakness policy or anything like that. So yeah, this definitely is it's a weird matchup, but I wouldn't say it's easy. I definitely would not call this an easy matchup. Okay, so we do see these boys right here, which is scary because Reuniclus is very strong. Yeah, so I'm assuming we just see the Follow Me Trick Room here. But as far as I'm aware, well, first of all, we could just click our own Trick Room here. But as far as I'm aware, I need to check something real fast before I make this move. Let me see here. Ooh. Okay, so actually Follow Me and Triage have the same priority. Thing is Indeedee faster than us? I'm actually gonna click Trick Room here, just predicting their Trick Room. And, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well. We get off a Power Whip. We do half, okay. And yeah, so my opponent's also gonna be setting Trick Room. So that's okay. That's fine. Okay, so that's not the worst way that that turn could have gone. And actually, it keeps us from wasting our max, so I'm actually not too upset about the way that turn went. So that's gonna discourage my opponent from going for another one. I'm gonna go ahead and click the Giga Drain on this. If indeed he goes for Follow Me again, then it is gonna block it, which is unfortunate. But what do we want to do here? We can go ahead and we could Knuckle into the Indeedee. Yeah, we'll go ahead and Knuckle into Indeedee. Go ahead and get our attack boosted here. We also have the Overgrowth to get rid of the Terrain, which is something that I think could be useful. Especially for Expanding Force. Expanding Force is a very strong move that I am not a fan of. So, we'll probably end up going for that next turn. So do we just see the same thing as first turn? No. So my opponent is going to allow me to get off my Giga Drain here into my Sap Sipper. So we're gonna get +2 in this turn and knock out the Indeedee. So we're only gonna get one attack off here, or my opponent's only getting one attack off here rather. So the question is, did my opponent click Trick Room? That is the question. Predicting me to not click Trick Room again. No. Psychic, why is that not Expanding Force? Expanding Force was what I very much expected there. That really doesn't make sense why you would have that. Berserker comes in. Alright, we're about to ruin this Berserker's day. I'm gonna ally switch, actually. And max Flare into Berserker. Because we are Babiri, so even if you are, what's it called, Steely Spirit, even if you are that, we should still live. Probably not well, because Berserker actually does hit like a truck with the Steel type moves. Fake Out, but you can't do that because of your own Psychic Terrain, so it's actually better that we didn't get rid of the Terrain that first turn. Call it intentional, it wasn't. But yeah, call it, I mean, that prevents Fake Out, so if we had gone for the max Overgrowth to get rid of the Terrain, so, but it actually works out because my opponent's not clicking Expanding Force, which is, you know, kind of odd. So we get the Psychic, goes into the Comfey. Ow. So I would have much rather that gone into the Goodra there, but I expected a different move out of the Berserker, to be honest with you. See, Torkoal. Alright, so this is the last, this is our last one, right? Yeah, this is their last mon. We went ahead and set up the sun for Torkoal, so it really didn't matter what we did there. And what is it we have in the back? I need to make sure that we can deal with this. We have Drill and Rotom. Drill is very much threatened by Torkoal, so we're gonna hit the Torkoal up and Giga Drain into Goodra again for another attack boost. Yeah, we just want this thing to be as strong as we possibly can. If we get rid of the Torkoal, we win the game. Which, I mean, you know, Excadrill can deal with Torkoal as well, but there we go. We just want Goodra to sweep. I mean, let's be real. But yeah, we get rid of this, and Excadrill is not threatened at all by a Reuniclus, especially one that just keeps going for Psychic. You set Trick Room, but it's too little too late right now. I really don't mind you doing that. So, yeah, right now it's a 4v1. My opponent still has Dynamax, you know, which is a thing, but we're gonna click the Outrage here. I always think it's weird that you have to choose yourself. And then what do we want to do? We could reverse Trick Room here, but it really isn't that big of a deal. Yeah, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I'll ally switch just to sack the Comfey. At least I'm assuming so my opponent doesn't even bother Dynamaxing. Yeah, I mean, the game's pretty much over. So, I mean, you know, it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, my opponent just goes in and takes out Comfey. Comfey did its job. It more than did its job. I'm totally fine with how it did. But yeah, that worked out really well. So get out of here. So Goodra just taking souls in game 2, man. Goodra is such an interesting Pokemon. And you know, when I was really like first learning VGC, especially first learning VGC 2020, Goodra gave me a lot of issues, actually. Goodra is a surprisingly good mon that gets slept on a lot. You know, it does have its fair share of counterplay, especially things like Togekiss, but like, it's still a very good mon. And so you always have to respect it. You've got to respect it or else it will sweep through teams just like it did right there. So, just like always, we got one more for you. I'll see you in just a second. All right, last game of the day as we see a very common team that I have been seeing quite a bit of recently, actually. It is the Sun with the Trick Room mode. And it's an issue because you never really know what your opponent's gonna lead. There's just so many good leads out of the opposing team. So obviously if they lead Hat and Didi, T-Tar Excadrill is a good lead. If they lead the Sun mode, you know, Comfey Goodra is a good lead. Yeah, let's go Comfey Goodra. I don't hate that. In the back, oh man, this is a rough matchup. This is just a really strong team. I mean, there's a reason that it's being used a lot right now. Rotom doesn't really help here. I kind of like Drill, even just by itself. And do we want T-Tar in the back? It could allow us to get the Sun away. Or do we want to lead Comfey T-Tar? I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to lead Comfey T-Tar and still bring Drill and Goodra in the back. Yeah, I think this is okay. I think this is okay. But we'll just have to see what my opponent leads with. I have a feeling that this is going to be a game where the lead is going to be everything. And if you get the lead wrong, you're just out of luck. Oh, I love this background. Venusaur and Dusclops. Okay. So, what I want to do here, to be honest, is go for Giga Drain on T-Tar and switch it out. I want to go for Giga Drain on T-Tar. I mean, we could very well just see a Max Poison into the Comfey, but I want to go for Giga Drain and swap it out into the Goodra, just to go ahead and start getting the attack boosts off. But yeah, having T-Tar out in front of a Venusaur is very bad. Another thing my opponent could go for is just a Sleep Powder, which Sleep Powder is a problem too. Venusaur is very scary because you never know if it's going to go for the Sleep Powder or if it's just going to fire off the Vine Lash and just completely wreck your day. I'm hoping that we see Vine Lash or Vine Lash or Sleep Powder into the Goodra is perfect, obviously, right? Because we take those with Sap Sipper. So we're going to swap that in. We see a Withdraw on Dusclops. That's great because we did not try to out Trick Room the Trick Room. So yeah, my opponent's switching that in to try to get rid of the Sand. Not a bad thing. I wouldn't say that's a bad play at all. And so we're going to go ahead and Giga Drain into our Goodra slot. And so what do you go for? Sludge Bomb into the Comfey slot. It makes sense, but Comfey can survive one. It hurts a lot, but Comfey can survive. So I don't see why we don't sack Comfey here in order to get another one off. And we're gonna go ahead and get a Max Flare on this Venusaur. I want big damage on this Venusaur because Torkoal isn't too much of a problem because we can get rid of its Sun. We are Salt Vested on the Goodra. So for several reasons, I'm okay with just attacking into the Venusaur. We may just see a Protect here, which would definitely be a valid play. No Protect. All right. Sleep Powder. No, you can't do that. I've shown you Sap Sipper. You can't do that. Yeah, so you're gonna lose Venusaur for that. All right, so, oh, okay. All right, I see you. So now the question is, what did the Torkoal go for? Burning Jealousy. Okay, so that will take out the Comfey. That is gonna burn us, which is bad, you know, because we are physical. But we can deal with it because now Venusaur is at 1 HP. So now we go T-Tar to get rid of this thing's speed. That is a thing that I am okay with doing, is changing that weather back. Do we have Protect on this T-Tar? We do. I'm going for that because I don't want to go to sleep. And then I'm going to Knuckle into the Venusaur. An interesting play could be to actually max the Torkoal. That could be an interesting play. You know, burning us is a bad thing. Nope, we see the withdraw. So, yep, trying to get the control of the the weather back. But I think this has been pretty oppressive. Yeah, so we're gonna protect here, so that way we don't go to sleep or anything. So this is actually totally fine. Yep, Sleep Powder into the T-Tar. I do not want to take that. And we're gonna get an attack boost on both of our Pokemon. So not too bad of a turn, I would say. We get rid of the Venusaur, which we were able to neuter pretty hard from the beginning. And we're gonna go ahead and get an attack boost. So even if my opponent switches back in the Torkoal here, I don't think that's the worst thing to happen. I think that's fine. Because then we can just click Rock Slide. There is no Trick Room right now. So, and you know, +1 Rock Slide is no joke. As we see the opponent's T-Tar. All right. So, okay, so this has now become kind of a problem. So I'm gonna click Rock Slide here just for the off chance that it's going for the Trick Room. We can also click Max Knuckle onto the T-Tar. So, you know, that gives us a chance to flinch the Dusclops in case it's going for a Trick Room. It also hits the Torkoal really hard if it wants to come in. But yeah, we are going to see the max on the T-Tar, which, you know, makes a lot of sense. I can't hate on that play too much. Rar. So, and this thing might just be policy as well. So, we see the guard. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. But the Rock Slide still has a chance of going off here into the Dusclops. So we do hit. Very good. Do we get the flinch? We do not, so we're gonna see Trick Room. Alright, this match just got a little bit tougher. It's not impossible, but it's tougher. So we just need to play our cards right here and trying to stall out this Dynamax. So I think T-Tar is kind of important here, and it'll be nice afterwards. But I have a feeling my opponent's going for the Goodra. I think my opponent's kind of figured out that we're AV. So I'm gonna click Crunch into the Dusclops. Although if we get burned, that could be a very bad thing. I could protect. I could protect here. Let's Crunch and Power Whip. I want to go ahead and start getting damage off on this thing. We do see the Bulldoze for the weakness policy. Checks out. So yeah, this thing's still a big threat. This thing's still a very big threat. And obviously we can't protect on our Goodra, so this could be rough. This could be a rough endgame. It does activate our weakness policy as well, which is kind of interesting. So if my opponent targeted down the Goodra, then Goodra's still around to hit with that. All right, so my opponent does target down the T-Tar. So protect would have been a good play there. Would have helped us survive just a little bit easier. So yeah, T-Tar in Trick Room with weakness policy. Wow, that does not do nearly enough. That does not do nearly enough. Okay, so I've got to make a pretty bold play here. Obviously, Excadrill is going to be the slowest thing on the field here. So we could protect here. That's kind of obvious, I feel like. We've got 3 more turns of Trick Room, so there's not really any stalling that out right now. So what we can do is just go ahead and attack here. We do have the Sash. My opponent's best play is to double into Excadrill, but does my opponent predict that? I think I've got to go for it either way. I've got to click the Power Whip and the, you know, if you want to max guard twice in your max, you know, that's up to you. We see the Ally Switch. Okay, yeah, Ally Switch was another good option. We see the Darkness into the Goodra slot. We cannot live that. So, what do we do here? 2 turns Trick Room. Basically, we need a double protect. That's our play. We need a double protect. So, that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna click protect because all they have to do is click Nightshade and anything. And then we go down to that. Yep, superpower. Makes sense. Sandstorm subsides. Doesn't really make that big of a difference. And we have to go for the double. It's just what we have to do. Do we get it? Can we get the double? If we do, we're still in this. Can we? We get it. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So that is obviously extremely lucky, and I'm sure my opponent is raging right now. But we are able to successfully stall out the Trick Room. Now, obviously, we have to go ahead and knock out the T-Tar here. Does T-Tar protect? Because it's revealed max guard. Because if T-Tar protects and they go for Trick Room, if T-Tar protects and they go for Trick Room, we lose. I have to call the protect. I have to call the T-Tar protect. It all comes down to this prediction. Do we see an attack in Trick Room or do we see protect Trick Room? If we see protect Trick Room, I think we can win. But I feel like this is a play I have to make. We see the withdraw. Okay. 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 So we did attack into the Dusclops. It's not gonna go. Okay, it flinched. Oh no. So now we click Rock Slide. Wow. Okay, so this end game is kinda nuts. We see Ally Switch, but that does not matter. We're going for Rock Slide either way, so that does not matter at all. Dusclops avoids it, that's fine. That wasn't really our target. If Torkoal will flinch here... Nope, Burning Jealousy. So that's gonna break our Sash. Ow. That's gonna way more than break our Sash. That's gonna just bust it wide open. I mean... We have to go for the flinches again. I mean, that's our play. Our play is flinching. Alright, so we take out Dusclops. Does Torkoal flinch? Does Torkoal flinch? It does! This is ridiculous. This is... I mean, even if we don't win, this in-game has been nuts. So I'm still gonna show off this game even if we lose. because this end game has been kind of crazy. I don't think that we win this end game. I mean, I can't knock them both out at the same time. If we had Earthquake here, we would literally just win the game. Yeah. Yeah, if we had Earthquake, we would just win the game. But we're gonna go for Rock Slide. We missed on Torkoal, so that's it. That's the game. That's the game. Tyranitar made it through anyway. So, still a crazy endgame for Excadrill, coming through with the just complete luck. Kind of insane, to be honest, but I will take it. I'll take my loss. It happens. But still a crazy endgame. That was really insane. Getting the double protect, followed by just the flinch. Awesome stuff. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of MemeGC. If you like this team, it is going to be on screen right now for you. It's for you to use if you want to try it out in the game. It's a pretty awesome team. And then, of course, next week, so on Monday, we will be back to our regular Monday MemeGC schedule. We switched it up this week because of the Zarude competitive decks coming out when Zarude came out, but we'll be back on our regular schedule coming up next week. So expect more MemeGC on Monday with a different team. Wi-Fi Wednesday, of course, and as always, we're streaming on Sunday. I'm not going to reveal what we're streaming on Sunday. We just finished Paper Mario. We've got an awesome game that we're going to be streaming. As long as I can get everything working, I'm excited. I'm not going to reveal it yet, but we'll just have to see. I'll see you there. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.